Hey, I'm Logan Ransley, co-founder of Landlord Studio, the property management and accounting software built by landlords for landlords. Now, today we're diving into something that, if you're a landlord in the UK, is about to become a big deal. It's called Making Tax Digital, or MTD for short. If you haven't heard of it, it's the HMRC's plan to move the UK tax system fully online. That means no more messy spreadsheets, and this means you'll need to make 5 tax submissions a year instead of 1. And depending on your income, you could be affected as early as April 2026. With everything else going on, like EPC regulations, the Renters Reform Bill, leasehold reform, stamp duty changes, it's a lot to keep track of. So let's break it down with clearly what MTD is, why it matters, who it impacts, and when you need to act. So what exactly is Making Tax Digital? It's the government's plan to modernize the tax system by going fully digital. Starting in April 2026, if you earn more than $50,000 in revenue a year from rental or self-employed income, you'll need to keep digital records using an approved software and submit 4 quarterly updates plus a final end-of-year submission. Now, if you're still using paper, PDFs, or scattered Excel files, that's going to get messy really fast. You'll need software that's specifically approved for Making Tax Digital. Now, most big accounting platforms will be compliant, but not all are equal and created equal, especially if you're a landlord. Now, we'll talk more about that in a moment, but at its core, MTD is about digital records, compatible software, and quarterly updates. So why is HMRC doing this? Mainly to close what's known as the tax gap. That's the difference between what should be paid in tax and what actually is. The gap is currently around £40 billion a year, and HMRC estimates about 60% of that is due to self-assessment filers like landlords. And with real-time updates, HMRC can spot issues earlier, support people more proactively, and reduce errors and late payments. They also argue that MTD will help landlords and sole traders by encouraging better bookkeeping and giving you more visibility over your finances and tax liabilities. This isn't just an upgrade to an old system, it's a brand new one. Your software will need to plug directly into HMRC's systems so your bank feeds and records can flow straight through that. That means less manual data entry, fewer mistakes, and ideally fewer fines and lower accounting fees over time. Well, that's the theory anyways, so let's talk practicalities. Who's affected and when? HMRC is rolling this out in stages starting April 2026. So if your qualifying income, meaning rental income plus self-employed earnings, is over £50,000, you're in phase 1 starting April 2026. If your qualifying income is over £30,000, you're in phase 2, and that starts April 2027. And by April 2028, anyone with qualifying income above £20,000 will need to comply as well. Now, qualifying income doesn't include salary or pensions, just rent and self-employment income. Now, if you co-own a property, only count your share of the income. To figure that out when you're impacted, check last year's rent and self-employed earnings. Split it if needed and make a note of which phase you fall into. So how do you comply? Step 1, check if you're affected. If you are, you'll need to register for MTD on HMR's website before your phase kicks in. That gives you an MTD login and account. Choose HMRC approved software that lets you keep digital records and submit quarterly updates. Now, do your research and try a few options. Now, we'll go through that and what to do in a second. Now, once MTD starts, you'll need to keep accurate digital records and submit quarterly updates within 1 month of each quarter ending. Your final annual submission deadline stays the same, January 31st, but now you're filing 5 times a year instead of 1. If you miss a deadline, HMRC is introducing a points-based penalty system. 1 point per missed submission and 4 points and you'll get fined £200. That's why having the right software matters. Bad software makes life harder and mistakes more expensive. You could use general accounting platforms like QuickBooks, Xero, or Sage. They can do the job, but they're not built for landlords. You'll need to customize your chart of accounts, manually track property details, and juggle your rental finances with your other businesses or personal ones. It's doable, especially if you've used those systems in the past, but it's definitely more admin. And they often miss key landlord tools like rent tracking, tenancy reminders, and compliance features too. But that's why we recommend a landlord-specific solution like Landlord Studio. With Landlord Studio, setup is simple. Your properties and tenancies are structured for you. Now, income and expenses are already categorized in line with HMRC's requirements, which is key. You can connect your bank feeds, import up to 2 years worth of transactions, and match payments quickly. You can even set up rules to automate reconciliation and rent tracking. There's also a built-in receipt scanner, GPS mileage tracker, and a mobile app, so you can manage everything on the go and stay on top of your records in real time. Now, when it's time to submit, just review your transactions, go to the MTD tab and submit. Done. And the cost? With Landlord Studio, it might not cost you anything. There are 3 pricing tiers, including a free plan. And if your accountant joins our partner program, you can actually get free access to the Pro plan, saving you over £140 a year. Now let's make sure you're ready. Here are 6 tips to prepare for MTD. 1. Know your timeline. Depending on your income, you might be affected in 2026, 2027, or 2028. Figure it out now. Number 2, talk to your accountant. They'll help you get your setup right and avoid any surprises. 3, use a dedicated rental bank account. It simplifies your accounting and syncing with software. Number 4, start digitizing now. Scan old receipts, download rent statements, and ask your letting agent how they'll provide digital records going forward. Landlord Studio can also help with that. Now 5, get your software set up early. Create your free Landlord Studio account and try it out now so you're not scrambling later. And 6, stay in the loop. Subscribe to Landlord Studio blog and newsletter for tips, updates, and the walkthroughs. Now, MTD is a big shift. It's not just a new way to report your rental income. It's a new way to keep your records. Spreadsheets are not going to cut it anymore. You can't wait until the end of the year to sort out your accounts. You'll need to keep digital records all year and file 5 times instead of once. Now, it might feel overwhelming, and that's fair, but with the right software, it doesn't have to be. Landlord Studio is built for landlords, it's MTD compatible, and helps you stay compliant with just a few clicks. It also helps manage your tenancies, maintenance, certificates, renewals, and more. But that's for another video. Now, if you want to create your free account or learn more, head to landlordstudio.com/UK. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more Landlord Studio tips. See you next time.